there, this is Åsa with a new scrapbook process video, and this time I think even I break a record, because I will be using so many photos on this page you can't possibly guess. I think I'm up to 17 but it's just small pieces. A while back we went to a dog show here in town. It was a rather big one. There were, I think it was 1,500 dogs during the whole event. I don't think that all of them were at the hall while we were there, but at least those were the ones competing in this dog show. We were there for perhaps an hour, and it was just wonderful. I have not been to a dog show as an adult, and it was such a wonderful experience. I'm not really a dog person, but I really love when people are committed to something and when they bring their hobby to the fullest. I'm totally one of those persons, because I live I live for scrapbooking, and I can relate to all kinds of geek behavior. So this, I felt really at home at this place, even though I don't particularly like dogs. But they were kind of cute, and they were really well behaved, and it was a really nice event to take the kids to. And I took lots of photos. In a way, it felt a bit strange to take photos of people's dogs like that, but at the same time they were there because they were really proud of their dogs, so I don't think they mind really. And I tried to focus on the dogs and not on the people. And when I ordered the paper copies from this event, I debated with myself if I should make them really small and print several onto each paper. But then again, I thought that I would end up with two photos that were too tiny to work with. So I decided to print them many in full size, and then I went ahead with my circle punch, and I made many small photos, circular photos, that I matte on black cardstock that I cut out with my Silhouette Cameo, just a couple of millimeters larger in diameter than the circle punch that I used. So I have these circular photos with a black frame, and they will later form a path all around my page. I had enough photos to make 4 pages, I'm sure, but at the same time this wasn't an important thing really. It was something we did for an hour with the family a Saturday, and I didn't think it was worth anything more than just 1 page. There I showed you that I had 15 of those circles, and I wanted it to be a page that showed a lot of the things that we thought was really fun at the show, and at the same time give the atmosphere of this huge room, this show room or hall, and all the dogs, and just the feeling of the whole place. And it was busy, and there were dogs and their owners totally everywhere, and they were grooming the dogs, and it was just so much fun to watch, because I guess that's how outsiders look at us scrapbookers as well, that we do something completely stupid and strange and totally unnecessary, and we seem to love it and live for that sole purpose. So I just loved it. Some of those photos I couldn't crop them as circles because I couldn't fit everything into that small tiny circle, so some of them I will make into squares and rectangles instead, and 2 of the photos I will keep as they were in full size. And the first is a photo of the actual hall, and I took it from a couple of stairs up so that I saw the entire area. And the other photo is a photo taken like in the crowd, so there's lots of people and lots of cages and lots of they had kind of special strollers or carriers for their dogs, and in the middle of all this, on a table, there is this, you know, a dog that's not really beautiful, more like fun, and it looks a bit awkward sitting there with its strange ears, and it's just hilarious to watch. So that's the second photo. So this is the contrast between this huge hall and all the tiny people running around with their dogs, and this like in the moment photo of this dog sitting there alone on his table with his groomed ears and this fluffy fur and everything. So I wanted to give this contrast with these two larger photos. The other photos that I couldn't crop into circles is one of a poodle, and it's just hilariously cut. I think it's the way it's supposed to be cut, but for us outsiders it looks just so funny. And the other photo, that's the one that's more to the left in the page right now. It's of a couple of these huge dogs. I don't know what the breed is called in English, but anyway, they are really tall and really like narrow over the back. So, and I wanted to show these as well, because there were plenty of those, and we came across them in several places in this show area, and we thought they were really impressive. So that's the second photo there. And now I'm trying to work out how to place these photos on the paper, because I wanted them to have like a path across the page, and give the eye a natural way to follow, a path to follow across the page. So I want them to slightly overlap, but also have a flow across the page. So I'm working with that so that they overlap without covering up anything of the important information in the photos. And as you can see, there are lots of white dogs, because I think those were the prettiest. So I took plenty of photos of the white dogs because they look like small clouds. They were so fluffy, and they kind of they were so brushed and groomed, so they looked like clouds. And I just wanted to attack them and stick my fingers in their fur and just squishy, squishy, squishy. But of course I couldn't do that. I didn't pat one single dog at the show. Yes, I got to pat one dog, and we actually met a friend of mine at this dog show, and it was just lovely. We hadn't seen each other in so many years, and she was there with her dog at the show, and I got to hug that cute little fellow, and that was really nice as well. So now I think I've almost decided how to place these photos, and I'm gluing them down with some of my this double adhesive tape that I'm using, and I'm also combining it with some photo adhesive, those double-sided like rectangles, and that's really something that I use when I just want to lift up the pieces of paper really gently and just poke those adhesives underneath the paper, so that I don't move anything too much so that it gets all messed up. So that's something that I before I started using this score tape, I used those like squares a lot, but these days I only use them for this kind of purpose, when I want to be gentle, and everything needs to stay exactly as it is. So I just tuck those under and make as little movement as possible. Yeah, this was a lot of work for those photos, I think, but I also got rid of lots of unnecessary information, and I can focus on the dogs. And there you see, I also have one photo of my daughter. She really enjoyed the dog show. My son, who is more like a I want to sit at home kind of person, he didn't enjoy it at all. He just wanted to go home, and I think he was a bit afraid of those huge dogs as well. And at night, when I put him to bed, I asked him if it wasn't, did you like anything at all from this experience? And no, he didn't really, but I tried to kind of drag it from him. It wasn't it anything that you liked? And then finally he admitted that he had really enjoyed that poodle that had these fur balls on his legs, and those kind of funny shaped fur pieces on his back as well, and it made him smile, and he thought that was really fun as well. So at least something was fun with this event we went to. I have spelled the word show with huge, large foam letters, and then I went through this thickers pack and tried to I'm making hand movements there because I'm really frustrated with not finding any letters, and I finally decided to write Doggy Show, so that will be the title on this page. And I think I looked online to see if that actually was a word, but I came to the conclusion that doggy was okay to use in this case. Now I'm totally out of focus, but there we went back into focus again. And now I didn't like it at all. I thought it lacked something. It's empty and it needs some more oomph. So I'm writing some small journaling, just telling what this event was, on black cardstock, and I'm using my white pen. It's a Uniball Signo broad white pen, and it's my favorite. It's the only white pen that I use these days, and I love it. I'm writing the name of this show and where it was and the date. And then I realized that this piece of paper is too big, so I need to redo it. It doesn't fit in the spot that I had there. So I need to cut off a part of it and write it again. But that was okay, I didn't mind. That was just a reason for me to have more journaling on the page, or at least more spots of journaling on the page. So I'm writing the date and the place on another piece of paper. And that made the page come together a bit more, I think. The handwriting and the different kind of texture and the different kind of element on the page made it a lot better. But then I got this wonderful idea, and I googled how a paw print looks for a dog, because that's something that I'm not really familiar with. And then I hand draw paw prints along this path that I created with the photos. So I just make like a circle, or more like an oval shape, and then I make some like dots for where the claws or the claws goes for the paw print, and then I make them all across the page following the path, and that really made the large difference on this page, and I'm really happy that I did it. It's really scary to take a pen and start drawing on a page, especially a page that is so close to finished like this one was, but I'm really happy that I did. It was a really simple pattern, so it wasn't really hard to do, but there's always this risk that you will ruin everything. And this time I think it paid off in the right way. So this was something really fun, and it became the embellishing for this page. I have also drawn a line or a double line all around the page to frame it, and that's also something that I thought made this page come together as a whole a lot more. And in this close-up view you can see that the thickers that I used for the word doggy is black with a stitched line, and that's a really fun font, I think. It's hard to be creative and remake the letters into other letters, but at least it's cute, and I got to use it for this title, as it were. So this is the finished page, and I hope that you enjoyed this kind of crazy process, and I hope to see you soon here in my channel again. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.